Hello, my name is Menno, and welcome to our talk for Games from the Favelas. I'm here together and joined by Izabely, Henrique, and Wesley, all the way from Rio. I'm in the Netherlands, and I'm going to give you a little bit of insight in our project that we did last January in Rio de Janeiro. My name is Menno. I'm a designer at my own company. I make games that empower, that connect, and move. So basically, we make games for cancer research, to talk about sexual abuse, to help children to become more therapy compliant. I make games that make people move. I make games in the swimming pool, make games to fight loneliness. I also organize an event, it's called Courage, every year for game developers. I'm the chairman of Games for Diversity, and I was the incubation manager of Dutch Game Garden. Basically, a lot of stuff, and I brought all this to Rio de Janeiro, where two wonderful people started an amazing project. This is Diana and Jurian, and they accidentally met each other in Schiphol in a weird exchange of a picture. They started talking, and Diana has a company or a foundation called EduMais, where she teaches children in the favela to learn English and get an additional course above the original program that they're already following. We started a summer school in one of the favelas in Rio, and we were invited by Izabely to our house, and she showed us a little bit how she lives and what it's like to live in the favela. So here comes a short movie. As you can see, the favelas are built above and in the mountains of Rio. Basically, they have the best view of the city. It's actually quite cozy and small to come. Small alleys that bring you up in the mountain even further. It's a lot of climbing, a lot of wiring. People are really friendly and social. A strong social structure that you wouldn't imagine so deep in a city. So it's more of a village inside the city. Izabely brought us to this lovely bar all the way up in in her neighborhood, where we had a drink and a spectacular view over the city. It's just beautiful, and we had such good food. It was amazing to be there. So the program was a 4 weeks program in which we tried to educate children to make video games. And the program was set up to train the trainers. So we basically wanted to train people to train children by example. We taught children to design levels and mazes based on Pac-Man. We iterated on design process, learned them how to make mistakes, how to make it better and better and better, and prototype really quickly. We learned them how to make video games in Game Maker, learn a little bit of scripting there. We played a lot of games. We encouraged them to talk to game professionals from Brazil that showed them their daily life as a game developer, a game academic, or a game producer. They created art in all kinds of ways. They created digital art on the iPad and started to build assets for game development. They learned how to present their progress to others and to present their work, but also how to communicate their design decisions to another group. Because we suddenly had to work in COVID with 3 different groups that couldn't speak to one another. So we had to sort of come up with a solution to help them communicate their design efforts to each other. Basically, we became a team who could beat a deadline and work together. It was an amazing experience to be there for 4 weeks and teach everybody how to teach and finish a 4 weeks long course in this amazing short time. Also learned a couple of fun gestures. This means that everybody should shut up. We had some spectacular sights that we could see, and we learned them how to eat stroopwafels, which is a Dutch delicacy. We're not here for me, we're not here for the program, but we're here to meet the teachers. Gladly, they were able to join us today. They're in the EduMais building in Rio de Janeiro. And let me introduce you to them. These are Izabely, Henrique, and Wesley. And maybe, Wesley, you can tell me what you did and who you are.
Hi, my name is Wesley. I'm Brazilian and I have 21 years old. I study mechanical engineering and live in the favela that the course happened. Uh, yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. And Wesley, what was your main project during the project? What did you do?
Um, my main responsibility was to teach the kids everything that I was learning with Game for Change and translate what the teachers wanted to say to the kids as the kids doesn't know English, so we could have like a good class.
Yeah. So you were mostly involved in the programming classes, and there you helped out the teachers, and at a certain point you just took over, right? You were giving the whole course for a full week. Enrique, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, my name is Henrique. I'm 20 years old. Oh, sorry, 21 years old. And I'm studying as well mechanical engineering. And I live in the favela as well, which the course happened.
So what was your main project during the course?
So I first started as a teacher, but then with the COVID, the president of EduMais got in the hospital. So I needed to run. So I was coordinating and managing the team and also the kids.
Yeah, it was quite something, right? Right in the middle of basically the first week of the program, the president got COVID, and you stepped in and you just saved us all and saved the program. It was quite amazing. We get into that later, but first I'd like to get Izabely introduced. Would you like to introduce yourself, Izabely?
Hello, my name is Izabely. I'm Brazilian and I'm 17 years old. I am the last year of the high school and I help the EduMais like in the edit.
Really good. So you started as a translator, and at the end of the week, at the end of the 4 weeks, you did a cool complete design course yourself, right? What was,
Yeah.
according to you, the biggest challenge for you as a person, as a student teacher?
For me, the big challenge was the language and becoming a teacher too.
So what do you mean by that? Like you didn't have any knowledge about game design or game development,
I'm learn and teach the same time.
right? Yeah, I thought it was kind of great how you picked things up, right? Because you didn't have knowledge before, you picked things up, but you were also a bit afraid that you didn't know how to teach really well, right? At the beginning,
Yes.
was that scary or frightening for you?
Uh, on the first class, I was scared, but
Mhm.
after I'm become and explain good to this.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really, really amazing how you picked things up. You became this great teacher, and everybody was just listening to you and doing all the stuff that we wanted them to do. What was the biggest insight it gave you to suddenly be in this spot and become a teacher? What did you learn?
And I learned that I can teach, and I learned to then learn. The teaching is not about explain, and it's about the learn and teach together to the student.
Yeah, yeah, you came to embrace a really new didactic approach in which you learn together, in which you construct knowledge instead of transferring knowledge. It's quite amazing. Thank you, Izabely. Uh, Enrique, you had quite a challenge before you, right? So suddenly you're as vice president, you had to make everything do and everything work. Um, can you tell me a little bit more about what happens? What was the biggest challenge for you?
So the biggest challenge for me was how to manage everything, you know. So I was not prepared to run it. So when I had to, I was a little bit nervous because I was not sure how to do that. And so yeah, at first I was a bit lost, and I was not feeling secure doing that.
But you became really self-confident because you learned something there, right? So what is that biggest learning that you took away from all these weird improvisations that you have to do about this continuously changing situation with COVID, with different students, with different actors?
So in this process, I had met a lot of different people and different backgrounds, so I could learn a lot from each one of the teachers that was in there. And but the biggest thing I learned from it was how to be flexible. So I was trying to follow the same routine every day, and that was not working because every day was a different thing. So I could learn how to be more flexible and preparing the day each day.
Yeah, I remember that that basically all the teachers asked us for a really complete schedule, and but we didn't really know how far the students were, how fast they would progress, and we weren't really prepared for COVID either. We had some plan Bs and Cs there, but that was basically it. And you managed to sort of pick it all up and then get it all done and have everybody on board. It was quite a feat. So well, thank you for that. Really good.
Yeah, thank
Wesley, what did you walk into? What was your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge was from learning and teaching the kids at the same time. And
Hmm.
for teaching the kids was harder, as some of them have never seen a computer or a game. So start from the zero to the end of the course was really hard, but at the same time was like that good feeling to like show them that there are new things that they can learn and new things that they can like do.
Yeah, it was quite impressive because you had no knowledge about Game Maker, and at the end of the 4 weeks, of after 3 weeks already, you managed to give a full-fledged course to students in Game Maker and help them design, make stuff that actually one of our developers didn't even know about. So it was really, really something. Um, when you look back, you learned a lot of things. You've grown as a person and also as a teacher. What do you think, Wesley? What do you think, Wesley, is the impact that you made as a teacher and as a course?
Um, I think that in the course, the impact that I made it was for the kids believe themselves. Some kids didn't knew that they could do it. They didn't believe in themselves. They were thinking that they need to learn more things to do the things that they already could. So making the kids believe in themselves to like produce something and be as good as anybody could do, it's really really good.
Yeah, I think so too. Like one of the developers from a big Brazilian company came also over, and he was really impressed by the speed and the knowledge of all the students, and especially of you, Wesley, with all your programming knowledge that you just picked up in just 4 weeks. I think the course and especially your work made students really aware of what they could do and what they are able to accomplish if they just put their mind to it together. Really well done. Um, Henrique, what do you think is the biggest impact of this program and on you and on the students?
So the biggest impact for me when I see the kids in these 4 weeks basically is that we could show them that games is not only about playing. Most of them didn't know how was the process to make a game, or they didn't know how was the background of creating a game, the ideas and the mindstorms and stuff. So I think we introduced this for them, and now all of them they are aware that they can study and creating their own games for PlayStation, Xbox, cell phone, whatever. They can like go really further with this and become a game developer in the future. So I think that was a very good impact for them for the future.
Yeah, I think so too. Like the students gained so many new development skills, and they discovered that basically game development is in their reach. At the same time, they also learned that it's a huge industry, right? Some of the students thought they had to program only, but discovered there's this thing called marketing, and there's this thing called design, and there's a community management aspect to game design and game development. So I think we really broadened the horizon in terms of what kind of work is out there. Izabely, what do you think is the biggest impact that we made?
For me, the big impact that it's the nice or the many students have the different experience and they like a lot and they learn a lot too. And then I say and I learn they what they learn they will take of them for all their life.
Yeah, I think so too. So basically, this is just a start, right? It was sort of a seed that we planted together, and hopefully it grows. We're going to do it next year again, and then maybe in 10 favelas. That will be amazing. Um, yeah, I think that's basically it for today. Thank you again for this amazing talk and also for all your insights during the course. You guys are doing an amazing job. So hopefully I'll see you next year and maybe even in Sao Paulo. That would be great.
Thank